Public interest in Brad Pitt's private life has always been high, but what stands out now is the sharp contrast between the calm, understated dynamic Brad Pitt is building with Ines de Ramon and the ongoing legal tension still playing out between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. This contrast is becoming even more pronounced as new reports emerge about Brad Pitt's finances, his assets, and the sizable sum he is now seeking from Angelina Jolie in the continuing Chateau Miraval dispute. Observers close to Brad Pitt say that his relationship with Ines de Ramon represents a phase of recalibration, an intentional shift toward a quieter, more structured personal life after years of turbulence. Ines de Ramon, who works in the jewelry industry, is known for maintaining a very private lifestyle. Over the past year, Brad Pitt and Ines de Ramon have continued moving in a direction defined by discretion, minimal public commentary, and selective appearances. Their outings, rare but deliberate, reflect a partnership that aligns more with normal daily life than with the typical patterns of Hollywood relationships. This comfort with privacy marks a significant change from the years Brad Pitt spent under intense public scrutiny during and after his marriage to Angelina Jolie. Once Hollywood's most photographed couple, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie shared 6 children, built a global philanthropic brand, and managed extensive joint assets. The constant public attention that surrounded Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie during that period contrasts sharply with the tone of Brad Pitt's life today, which is shaped less by public image and more by an internal restructuring of priorities. Part of that restructuring involves financial independence and the reorganization of the assets once intertwined with his marriage to Angelina Jolie. Brad Pitt's net worth, according to industry estimates, sits between 400 million USD, accumulated through decades of acting, producing, and business ventures. Brad Pitt's fortune includes real estate in Los Angeles, Carmel Highlands, New Orleans, and Europe, as well as investments through his long-standing production company. Angelina Jolie's assets, while also substantial, follow a different path. With a reported net worth between 120 and 150 million USD, Angelina Jolie has emphasized humanitarian work and the upbringing of her 6 children. For years, Angelina Jolie has publicly positioned herself primarily as a mother and advocate, while Brad Pitt has diversified his financial portfolio through producing, architecture projects, and business investments. The financial separation between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, however, has been far from simple. Their shared property, especially the Chateau Miraval estate and winery in France, remains central in their ongoing legal conflict. Miraval was not just a home. It was a business, a brand, and a major asset requiring both Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to navigate complex contractual obligations long after their divorce. The asset dispute between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie is drawing intense international media attention. The actor is demanding 35 million USD in compensation from his ex-wife, a move seen as the beginning of Brad Pitt's long-term legal strategy. For the past 3 years, the two stars have repeatedly taken each other to court over their conflict surrounding Chateau Miraval in France, the estate where they married and where many memories with their 6 children were created. Brad Pitt accuses Angelina Jolie of violating their agreement by unilaterally selling her shares of the estate to a third party without notifying him. He is demanding 35 million USD in damages and is asking Angelina Jolie to disclose 22 internal documents related to the transaction. Angelina Jolie opposes the request, arguing that the messages between her and her attorneys fall under legal confidentiality. She asserts, Brad is asking me to provide legal strategy documents, but these are confidential communications between a client and her lawyers. The prolonged lawsuit has negatively affected Angelina Jolie's public image. Since the divorce, she has focused on raising their 6 children and managing her fashion label, Atelier Jolie, though the brand has yet to generate significant profits. Her share of Chateau Miraval is currently frozen during litigation, causing financial strain. A friend told Vanity Fair, Angelina once had everything: fame, power, talent. Now she has to calculate every expense for her children, and each court summons feels like another heavy blow. In contrast, Brad Pitt appears to regain momentum. He is currently the largest shareholder of Miraval, 50%, while Stoli Group holds 40% and the remaining 10% is temporarily overseen by the court. The 62-year-old actor has also enjoyed new successes, including his F1 film project in partnership with Apple Studios. He frequently appears confident and composed in public, often accompanied by his younger girlfriend. In 2021, Angelina Jolie completed the sale of her shares of Miraval to Tenute Del Mondo, a subsidiary of Stoli Group. However, in February 2022, Brad Pitt filed a lawsuit claiming that his ex-wife secretly sold her stake without his consent, a violation of their divorce agreement. Chateau Miraval, a multi-million-dollar property in the south of France, is where Hollywood's former golden couple held their wedding in 2014. After their separation in 2016, they repeatedly clashed in court over property ownership and custody rights. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, who had been together since 2005, share 6 children: Maddox, 23, Pax Tian, 21, Zahara, 20, Shiloh, 19, and twins Knox and Vivienne, 16. Under the divorce ruling, Angelina Jolie received primary custody, while Brad Pitt was granted scheduled visitation. In 2024, nearly 8 long years later, the divorce was officially finalized, but the two continue to face off in court over shared assets. The next hearing between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie is scheduled for December 17 in California. Legal experts describe it as the final chapter of the Rosé War, a proceeding that may finally bring closure to nearly a decade of turmoil surrounding one of Hollywood's most high-profile families.